Guys, what's up? Look at this. Will you look at that? Will you look at that? Just got to Morro Bay. That's not where our video is taking place today, though. We are talking a first trail ride, which is going to be in Laguna Beach, but this is a little preemptive intro to the series coming up here in Morro Bay. I just got here about 20 minutes ago. It's beautiful. The weather's beautiful. You're beautiful. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, but today we're talking about the Capra Elite. First time on the trails. Last week I introduced it to you in New Bike Day. This week I'm gonna give you my first climb and ride, my first ride outside the bike parks. Can this thing be a trail bike? Is it too much bike for me? Is it too much bike for you? A little bit of a disclaimer here, guys. The camera footage is a little bit shaky. I'm really picky. The harness was a little bit loose, but instead of me doing the ride over again, I figured that wasn't really fair because this is supposed to be my first trail ride and first impressions. You don't get a do-over on that. I don't think it's that bad. Meet me at the end of this video though, so I can give you my impressions after this thing on the trail for the first time. One of my favorite trail loops, Lizard to TNA in Laguna Beach, golden hour. Can't ask for anything better than that. There's nothing else to talk about. Let's get to the ride. Willow staging area. And we're off. Okay, we're gonna get this pretty big climb out of the way first. I'll catch up with you mid-climb and give you my first impressions on how this baby does. And then we're off to hit some trails. Let's do this. We're about 20 minutes into this climb and I'm gonna give you some first impressions right off the top of my head. One, it's an enduro bike. So right off the bat, this thing isn't supposed to climb just like a trail bike. Two, I'm used to 27s. This is a 29. I'm not really noticing a more difficult climb. Three, because this is the 29er Capra and not the 27, the cockpit is gonna sit a little bit tighter up top because the wheels are kind of condensing that. When I was riding the 27 Capra as a loaner, when I was picking out the size and range, that cockpit I did feel a little bit further back. Even on the climbs, felt like a little bit more bike. 20 minutes into this climb right now, I'm feeling pretty good. And don't forget to stick around to the end because I'll definitely be able to tap into more of like a diagnosed opinion and first impression because I'm Italian and I need to talk with my hands to really get descriptive. All right, let's go. Guys, you caught me in my 80s workout gear. It's a thing. For 20-minute to 30-minute climbs, if it's hot out, I throw on the little sweatband, put the helmet on the hydration sack, and that was the sound of my bike falling after taking a stupid thumbnail. Enough talking, more riding. Let's go. The Assegai has so much grip, even in this loosey-goosey. I'll tell you, one of my main concerns with getting 29s from 27 was worried that I wasn't going to be able to be as playful on the trail. I take that all back because I feel playful with a little bit of a boosted confidence with these guys. Got a little more room for error with these things, just in case. Rider. And the speed momentum is super noticeable right away. Just carries more speed, less pedaling in between flat spots. All right, from here, kind of a bit of a climb to the other side so we can hit TNA. How's it going, man? Golden hour ride in Laguna Beach. 2020 has been a hell of a year, so I'll take moments like this and rides like this any friggin' chance I get. All right, you guys, I've hit this trail TNA probably a few dozen times. The first time on 29s, first time on the Capra. So we're checking off some boxes here today. Stick around after this descent because we're gonna talk a little bit more about first impressions, gonna get into a little bit more of a descriptive language, talk with my hands a little bit, and see how we did on this ride. So let's get to some riding. End of summer, all these SoCal trails are pretty toast right now, which is fine. Just get some earlier conditions on this guy for a first ride, first trail ride. Woo! Keep her going, full pull. Arms are tired, but we got this. Whew. Don't ease up on this part ever. Woo! All right, guys, we came from here, one of my favorite trails, TNA, never disappoints. Bike feels amazing, super solid. 29s are super fast, but we'll get more into that on the other side. We came from here, now we're going over here. Just like that, we're back in Morro Bay. Editing is so magical. A little fun fact, before this channel, I've never edited a video before, so when I clap and do magic tricks like that, it's a big deal for me. Moving on. That was our first trail ride on the Capra. I'm gonna give you my first impressions right now, off the top of my head. I had like a little bullet point list I was gonna go off of, but I just wanna talk to you guys about it. I've had a couple days to think about it, and this is where I'm at. First of all, as a trail bike, in the 29 version, the Capra Elite, or the Capra build itself, for me, is a trail bike. I'll be honest with you, it's a lot of bike for our local trails. It's a lot of bike for maybe your local trails. But if you're an aggressive rider, if you want a bike to hit Aliso and Laguna, and to take up at the bike parks, this is more than enough bike to do those things. With the 29 version, after this ride, it felt fine. And I've had a couple rides since. The climbing, I don't even think about it. With the 29 wheels, and the YT mechanic explained this to me, and it made sense after I rode it. The cockpit is kind of smashed into the middle a little bit more, so you're more upright in the 29er. When I had the 27 Capra, I was riding that, I did feel like the bike was a little bit longer and elongated than the 29 version. If you have the chance to ride both of them, you're gonna know what I'm talking about, and I can't really explain it much further than that, but just trust me, the 27 Capra versus the 29 does feel different. One of the reasons I really fell in love with the Capra in a 29 and 29s in general is because it's still playful. I said this on the trail, and I noticed it in my first ride at Sky Park. I was always worried about jumping from 27 to 29 because I'm not very tall, and I love the way that the 27s feel. I love playing chess on the trail, the rock gardens, and all that stuff. Here's the difference. I can still be playful on the 29, But sometimes I don't want to be playful with every little rock feature, right? On the 27s, you kind of have to be aware of every little brake bump and rock that comes across your way. On the 29, I can forget about that, smash through that crap, and focus on the stuff I want to. Like there's a big feature coming up, I don't have to worry about the sprinkles, the sprinkle little rock features before that aren't even features. I plow over those and I get to the stuff that I want to hit and think about that. I'm not putting down 27s. I love 27s and I can't wait to go back and see what they feel like comparatively. But right now, this is me being in love with the 29s. How does the Fox 38 feel? How does the new VVC X2 Factory Fox Shock feel? So far, they feel amazing. I'm still kind of dialing in some little things with the rebound and compression that I'm learning as I go, but right now it feels super plush. The Assegai up front with the 2.5 and the DHR Maxxis in the back, that's a great go-to. I was already doing 2.5 and 2.4, and the Assegai is super grippy. I can't tell you how much I fell in love with the Assegai straight away. Right off the bat, my first run, I felt it kind of dig in, and yeah, I just had a little bit more confidence. This kind of is a big jump for me. I'm coming from a 27.5 medium large Trek Remedy into a size large Capra Elite. It's a lot of bike. Everything feels a little bit different, right? But in a good way. I feel more stable on this bike than I did in a 27. Do I recommend the Capra Elite? Yes. Is YT a new sponsor and partnership for the channel? Yes. But if you know me and you know the channel and you stuck around here enough, I'm not gonna pull the wool over your eyes. Am I gonna suggest this bike for everybody? No, hell no, it's not for everybody, especially if you're new to mountain biking. This is just way too much bike for you guys. I'm gonna drop a little knowledge right now. I do have another bike on the way from YT, and that is kind of coming full circle for the channel. Those of you guys that have been around and know exactly what bike I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna have 2 bikes in the shed. Literally, I have a shed with bikes. We just have to wait a few more weeks because it's on a boat right now, and that boat isn't gonna drive itself. That didn't make any sense. I'm not gonna get on the boat and drive it here. Moving on. So we're gonna be able to do a little comparison from one bike to another, an Enduro bike to another bike. You probably can guess what it is. Guys, stick around, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Head over to Patreon if you want to support the channel even more. You want to get on group rides, early video releases, product reviews. I'm Tony from the Outsider channel, and I'll see you guys back here in Morro Bay next week.